The Forgotten Rocket Launcher, Eyes of Tomorrow. This thing is an absolute monster. It always has been, in my opinion. But now, it's got a buff. I'm going to explain it and break it all down. And on top of that, I'm going to show you how to cause absolutely huge ignitions, like so. And on top of that, we're going to spread scorch, cause absolutely huge explosions via ember of combustion. It's a little fragment I like to use on solo builds, especially Warlocks. But just for now, I just want to focus on the rocket launcher. You're going to be able to track onto multiple enemies like so, and this thing got a buff at the beginning of the season, and I'm going to break it all down. So it's an exotic heavy, it's got solar on there, so it's a solar rocket launcher, and you get this from defeating Tanix, our good old foe in the DSC raid, and it's got the perk on there, Eyes on All. This weapon is capable of tracking and firing multiple targets simultaneously, and the perk on there, Adaptive Ordnance, defeating 4 or more combatants in a single volley, increases the damage of the next volley and refunds ammunition. And it says refunds ammunition, it literally plucks out of thin air. That's why it's magic, so you don't have to have the actual heavy on the ground. It will literally just pluck heavy out the air like so. You'll see that I've got 3 rockets. I'm going to fire one off. I've only got 3 rockets. As long as you get 4 kills, look at that, magic. Wave your magic wand and you've got a free piece of heavy as long as you get 4 kills. So that is absolutely S tier now, in my opinion. Now, how I use this rocket launcher, how I always use this rocket launcher, is I've used it as a long-range scout rifle, if that makes sense. Having the ability to lock onto multiple targets at a time and get that damage buff from the Adaptive Ordnance and get free ammo, it's absolutely crazy. Now, I can't just do a weapon video or a little featured video without testing the numbers. Adaptive Ordnance, what damage does this actually do? It's 49.9%, well, it's 50%. 30,759 without the Adaptive Ordnance, and now I've got the Adaptive Ordnance on. You're going to see the damage increase of 50%. It's going to go all the way up to 46,138. That's a 50% damage increase. So I just want to start to show you that quickly. So having a 50% damage increase is obviously very nutty, and like I've touched on, and getting free ammo is absolutely crazy. Now again, I just want to sort of touch on how I personally use this. I personally use this for like snipers in the distance, clearing large groups of ads, so a bit like a Xenophage, a bit like a scout rifle. But there's a fragment, particularly on a Warlock, called Ember of Combustion. Now, I've covered this quite a lot on the channel before, a couple of times in different videos, but this causes ignitions and spreads scorch as long as you are stood inside your well of radiance. It's a really good fragment. Final blows with a solar super, cause the targets to ignite, but if you're stood inside your well of radiance, this actually procs as long as you are running a solar weapon, i.e. Eyes of Tomorrow. So you'll see here a minimum wall of radiance. Ember of Combustion is going to proc some absolutely massive ignitions, and when you do this, you actually feel like you are delivering a napalm strike to enemies, because you're going to get all that tracking going on and massive yellow numbers everywhere that is spreading scorch and ignitions to everything nearby. So you're going to get loads of extra damage being stood in your well, free ammo, marking up to 7 or 8 enemies at a time, and it is absolutely nuts, and it just takes care of most enemies in the game very easily like so. And you're going to see even more ignitions in a minute. Just watch your eye on, keep an eye on the back there. These enemies are just going to go pop. Look at that, absolutely crazy. So Ember of Combustion is definitely a fragment to consider, especially on a Warlock with your Well of Radiance. And again, just I've probably said this a couple of times, but I like to get in the corners, pick your enemies off with a tracking system that this has got built in, and it's absolutely crazy. I can only imagine the absolute carnage you could cause with this if you've got 6 of these rocket launchers with 6 Ember of Combustion, 6 wells. This would be absolutely crazy, or even 3 of you. Now, to pair with this, I would strongly recommend running Phoenix Protocol, because kills and assists while you're stood inside your Well of Radiance is going to retain super energy. So obviously with the Ember of Combustion and the Eyes of Tomorrow going off, you're going to get loads of super energy. Mantle of Battle Harmony is another one to take a look at, possibly, maybe try and do something with that in the future. But this is the build. It's not a particularly hard build to follow. Char, Eruption and Ashes, Ember of Combustion on your fragments, and then I'll just stack solar weapon sages to max my damage out. Like I said, I will leave a dim link for this video, for this build in the video description. I hope this has been helpful. Thanks for watching and have a great day.